Isn't it amazing that when you are I don't like to use that word, but when you are a comment addict and you like to read the comments because these people always tell on themselves. They always do. Another crazed white male um, apparently uh, 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 grabbed something that had a fuse and he lit it and he got caught up in the lighting process of the lighting ceremony. You know what I'm saying? Today I just heard this in the afternoon, right? And this is a bunch of these people that are roasting these people in the comment section right here, right? This Somebody said, how come you losers are not talking about the 13% now that it's one of you? And then somebody said, whatever. And they're like, oh, stop defending him, loser, just because he's white. I was like, thank you. Thank you. They always want to fall back onto our problems when you have them running around doing all these shootings all year round. Just stop it. And other acts of the things that start with a T, right? So why is American young white men attacking Americans? How about we as Americans look into this, right? Now this person said probably tired of constantly being attacked themselves. Who is attacking white men? Can somebody please let me know? What would a attack look like? Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this. See, this is the funniest thing about the racist white males. I'm only going to keep the conversation on the racist ones, which there happens to be a lot of them. They sit here and they have all this constant hatred towards black people, Hispanics, the small hat people. They just hate everybody that's not white, right? That's just the way it is, right? And what they fail to see is that they themselves are the same victims of domestic violence that we are. I saw a story on YouTube. I can't say it all because it's just really gruesome. This white woman, I can't remember these people's names. I saw the video once, and I said to myself, "What is going on here?" And that I think this video is over 15 years old. It's an older video, right? I think it was the 80s. I think it was. This white woman had a mentally challenged older son that was living with her, and he would get into episodes, and sometimes she couldn't handle him, so she called the cops to try to get him to calm down. You know what I'm saying? And hey, go to bed, Joey, whatever. And you know what they did? They started. He was just sitting on the. If I remember the story correctly, he was just sitting on the couch talking to them, and the cops just out of nowhere grabbed their sticks, their batons, and they beat this man to death. And I was literally shocked. I think one of the officers shot him too, and I remember seeing his face. I think I looked it up online, and it was absolutely brutal. It was absolutely brutal, right? This is white cops did that to a white man in his mother's house, and he wasn't even resisting. None of that shit, man. I can point out other videos where these white cops are murking their own people. All I've been looking at these videos for over a decade. They get rid of. What was that famous one where the cop is in the hallway of a hotel, and then there's two cops. I guess the guy was kind of drunk and making noise, but one cop was yelling him orders, the other cop was yelling him orders. He was crawling on the floor. He didn't know what to do. I think he said, "I don't know what to do. Y'all are saying different things." And the white officer shot the white man in the head with the AR-15, and he died. And as far as I remember, nothing happened to him. So we both have to live in this police brutality clown state called America where we are not free. And these racists understand this, but then they want to turn around and say N word, N word, N word, N word, N word, N word, N word. These people are clowns. These people are clowns. See, they are being mad that they are being replaced in their own country. So this is how you express this. See, now y'all are the victim now. What are they gonna say next? They're gonna say George Soros. This is what they run with that too. An old man that's like ready to. I'm surprised he hasn't naturally seen the upper room. George Soros is God. Bill Gates. They always have a scapegoat for everything. I say to them, like they say to us, stop being a victim. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And the reason why the number one science fiction show of all times, as far as TV, it's well, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. For me, the number one science fiction TV show of all time for me is Doctor Who. Absolutely. Why? Doctor Who always never wanted to resort to violence. Doctor Who always wanted to solve things with his mind, with his intellect, with trying to figure out what's going wrong without resorting to violence. The second show would, of course, be Star Trek, the original series, with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and William Decoy, right? Lieutenant Uhura, Majel Barrett, all those people. That's the greatest Star Trek ever is the original one. But Doctor Who, for me, is the greatest TV show ever because Doctor Who always wanted to use his mind, and Doctor Who always thought that weapons were for savages. Doctor Who was or is his character is one of the most noble characters I believe in the whole science fiction universe. I really do. He is such. I just love Doctor Who. I'm one of the few Black American males that ever since I was a child they would broadcast BBC. We would get it over the air in New York City. Me and my brother would constantly watch Doctor Who. We loved that show. I still love, and I still think that Tom Baker, the one that had the scarf, he is my favorite Doctor Who. And a fun fact: my aunt, peace be upon her, she built her own Doctor Who TARDIS. Beautiful black woman. I remember she called me. She said, "I want you to come over my house after school," and so I did. And she built. This was damn over 25 years ago. She built a working Doctor Who TARDIS from scratch, and I was like, "How did you do it?" She was just like, "I just figured it out." I mean, it was just crazy. I didn't even know my aunt loved Doctor Who like me. This was the reason why I loved my aunt. I loved her. We had a little bit of disagreements before she passed, but I was her favorite nephew, and she was one of my favorite aunts. And not only that, I used to come over her house for the weekends, and we would watch Doctor Who together after we found out that we loved Doctor Who and stuff like that. And Doctor Who taught you to use your intellect to solve problems, not violence. And this is what these this is what these supremacists. This is what they don't get. I'm trying to get a picture of him. Well, he's a young white dude. That's him right there. That's him right there. Right? You are supposed to be the master race. You are supposed to be the most intelligent man on planet Earth, and you do not prove this by doing garbage like this. You are not proving this. We will turn your words against you. What is wrong with your culture, white man, that you want to do stuff like this? What is wrong with your culture that y'all want to, the ones that do it, you want to resort to violence to solve things? Why can't you use your higher intellect to solve modern problems? Why can't you do this? Don't talk about me. What is wrong with you